Hello all my musician friends and welcome back to this week's lesson. Today we're talking about major 7 chords and how to play them on the piano. So to all my beginner piano players out there, I'm going to assume that you already know how to play a triad. So if you played a G major, you know that it's G, B, and D with your 1, 3, and 5 finger. So then what's a major 7? Well, 7 chords are just colors or more details that are added to a chord to give it more depth. And you'll hear it once I show you how to play it on the piano. Before I show you how to play on the piano major 7 chords, I want to let you know that there are only 4 ways that you can play a major 7 chord. There's the root way and then the 3 different inversions. But today I'm only going to be dealing with the root position of major 7 chords. And there are different ways to explain how to play major 7s and why we need them. I'm going to skip most of the music theory here and just keep it as simple as possible. This method seems to work for almost all piano players who are beginners. And if you know the difference between a half step and a whole step, this method should work for you. So the first chord we're going to start with is something simple. Let's start with C major. Alright, C, E, G. This is the triad. Now we're going to add the 4th note, the major 7. The best way, or the easiest way I could explain to get it, is just take the bottom note of whatever chord you're playing, in this case it's C, and throw it up an octave. That's the first thing you should visualize or even play, like this. So it's C, E, G, and then C again at the top. Drop the octave above, the C above, a half step to B natural. So you're going down the half step right here, and now you're going to play C, E, G, and B natural. And that's how it sounds. As far as the fingering, some people prefer in root position like this to play it like this. You really can play it either way you want, as long as you're getting all 4 notes in like this. When you start playing different styles and you start using inversions and different chord patterns, you can kind of decide which finger to use. Okay, so right now we're only dealing with root position chord structure for major 7 chords. Alright, so really all you're doing is, remember, taking the bottom root tone, throwing it up an octave, and then dropping it a half step. So if that worked for C major, let's take G major. Since we're playing a G, take the bottom root, throw it up an octave, and then drop it a half step. Remember, half step, you don't want to go down here to an F natural because that's a whole step. Drop it here, and there is your G major 7. All major 7s are going to have that same sound. So get used to that sound. It's a really pretty sound once you get used to that, how it's supposed to be laid out. Okay, what about A major 7? Here's A major, A, C sharp, E. Throw the A up an octave. Okay, go down half step, and you got this. A, C sharp, E natural, and G sharp. Okay, but what happens if you start on a black key, like A flat? Well, here's an A flat major chord. Same rules apply. Doesn't matter if you start where you start, whether it's a white key or black key. You're going to throw up the root tone, which in this case is A flat. You're going to throw it up an octave. So there's your starting point. And the same thing, the formula, drop it a half step from A flat to a G natural. And that's an A flat major 7. Let's do one more just in case. Let's do F. Here's F major. Throw it up. That's your F major 7. Okay, piano players, now go out and practice your major 7s. If you have any questions, please comment below. And if you want to see a video about a dominant 7 chords or how to play augmented chords, diminished chords, I could definitely do a video on that for you if you're beginners and need help with that as well. Because there are 4 main chords. There's major, there's minor, diminished, and augmented. So you should definitely have all 4 of those under your belt. So until next week, I look forward to hearing back from you, and please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give it a thumbs up. Thanks, I'll see you next week.